Well, on a more serious note, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer over the course of her lifetime, but it's not just the women who are at risk.
Yeah, according to the breastcancer.org website, more than 2,000 cases of breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in men this year. And joining us this morning to talk about this illness is Dr. Renee Horowitz. Good morning, doctor. The first question I guess we have to ask you is, who is at most risk for cancer?
If you have breasts, you are at risk for cancer.
Wow.
So, we talk about genetic cancers, and people are very concerned about the genetic cancers, but the truth is that only 10% of breast cancers are genetic. You mentioned male breast cancer. That's about 1%, but if you have a family member, a male, who has had breast cancer, likely there's going to be a genetic link.
So if a male in your family has had breast cancer, then there's likely to be a genetic risk. And so the men in that family are also at increased risk.
Right. The men, the women.
Well, so what are some of the mental and physical effects that kind of go into that? Because it's so deep, I can only imagine.
Well, for women, when you have breast cancer, the treatments can be very life-changing. There's change in your body image, there can be change in your self-esteem. They've done studies where a woman's view of herself is really heavily influenced by her partner's behavior towards her. So if the male is feeling repulsed by her scars, by the implants, by a mastectomy, it's going to influence the way she feels. So it's really important for the male partners to understand that this is a disease that's going to affect both of them, and that if there are issues, that counseling is really, really important.
You think of it being very difficult for the breast cancer survivor in that case. What are some of the ways that people can provide support to her, not just after the physical changes, but the emotional support and perhaps helping to fill in the gap if there are some self-esteem issues? Because obviously that can be super crucial.
It's very crucial, and even who is the newscaster that just came? Joan London.
Joan London, yeah.
She said that she was, I don't remember how she put it, but something like embarrassed for her husband to see her. She felt uncomfortable with it. You can help, certainly when somebody is diagnosed, you can help by really asking them, how can I help you? What can I do? Can I bring you over dinner? Can I help with your kids? As far as the partner, they really have shown that couples counseling makes a huge difference in the recovery versus individual counseling. So for the woman to go by herself, it's very helpful to get educated, to understand. For the two of them to go together, it's much more effective.
Real quick too, because we don't have much time left, but let's talk about the mammograms. When should the mammograms?
Age 40 and yearly thereafter.
And I'm going to jump on that. In addition to the mammograms, are there any things outside of just feeling a lump that women can look for? Is the lump typically the first thing that you would find?
The lump is typically the first thing a woman will find. What's interesting is that before she's found that lump, it's probably been there 10 years. Before a mammogram picks it up, it's probably been there 7 years.
All right, Dr. Renee Horowitz, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure.
We'll be right back after this.